got two esports endemic brands coming together to create a series of products for esports for the biggest stages.
퍼포먼스랑 컴페티션이 주요 키워드다 보니까 레이싱이라는 테마를 잡고 거기서 이제 영감받은 그래픽 요소들이나 다이내믹하고 날렵한 그런 실루엣 같은 것들을 저희 FS1 마우스에 적용을 해봤고요.
我们希望可以协助 POSA 成为电竞圈的顶尖品牌，而 Voxy 是其中一个助力。
Red Bull gives you wings.
Push, push, push.
Red Bull gives you wings.
This is VCT Pacific 2026. Earn everything.
They ask how I do it, how I'm stronger and faster. The only answer I know to give, I was born a master. Destined to
Today's matchup. Genji.
Genji, a Masters winner, once one of Pacific's greats, once one of the only teams that could stop Paper X, is now in a form we've never seen before. And that form is extremely disappointing. And can they fix this slump? Well, that might be a good thing. A little bit of a lucky rub here because they are totally in a slump right now, and they're about to go against a very honed Paper X.
One thing that I do like about this Genji team is that they decided to not let it get any worse. They saw what happened in week 1 and said, okay, we have to adjust now. They brought Ashe back in to the lineup to play today. They were not happy with what went on in week 1, so they're trying to fix it. I like that a lot. I just need to see a different level of performance in the server. These players are good enough. These coaches are good enough, but you're against Paper X.
Yes, a Paper X where right now we see no weaknesses with this team, whether it's the map pool, whether it's the meta, and even all the individual players are absolutely performing.
I mean, as per usual, the only real weakness with Paper Rex lies within themselves. Like, that is kind of the only thing that seems to get in their way is when they sort of lose the script a little bit, they overheat too much, things like that, and they are generally much better at that. I mean, there was a quick little interview with Bonkar and Josh RT from G2 and NRG talking about having to go up against this team and how it, you know, everybody talks about this the psychology of this team, how they're just going to come at you. It's just W gaming all over the place, but they don't actually play like that anymore. They change up their pace and their rhythm so much that it's impossible to guess what the hell they're going to do round to round.
I'm just really upset. I just saw Coach Alex 6'7".
No, that's made my day. Wonderful. He's
Oh,
down
my
with
man.
the kids. He's youthful, bringing that Gen Z energy to the stage.
You know, it makes Vic mad, so I'm okay with it. That's it. That's all
We're
that
gonna have a
matters.
chat. I'm gonna have a chat with the coaches after this.
Yeah, like, I think the interesting thing about Paper X is, like you say, for so long they were known as the W Gaming. They were so fast and aggressive. Then the meta shifted so that everyone had to be fast and aggressive. And you see how they adapt and they change. They're not okay with being sheep. They never will be. They will always chart their own course here, find their own path in Valorant. And that's what makes them so tough to go up against. Taking a look at the map, Vito, once again, and all of us predicted Paper X, and we're probably feeling even better about it. Fracture and Lotus, the two new maps coming in, maps that Paper X love. Gen G are the underdogs today, but we know they have potential if they play to their ceiling.
Yeah, I'm seeing, it's so cool just seeing the interaction between these two huddles. Both of these teams are full of players who are so familiar with each other. They've been playing with each other for such a long time. You can just tell, like, they were pinching, Texture is like pinching Karen's cheeks there. I see belly rubs happening somewhere over on Paper X's side. But it's interesting when you're pointing out Paper X's playstyle and how a lot of teams have tried to learn that very aggressive playstyle as well. And you can see Paper X initially struggled with that a little bit in kickoff, but now they've adapted. They're like, all right, you know what, fine. You want to play like this? They've slowly learned how to counter it when they were a little bit taken aback initially. But of course, is Gen G going to be doing that today? That's really the question, because they've been anything but that.
Yeah, right. But we start now on Gen G's map pick of Haven, so really looking to see what they've got cooked up coming into this. I want to see, well,
Yo, whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa.
this is different.
It's Charon
What?
on the Phoenix for Gen G. This is pretty much a mirror, apart from Sova Fade is the only difference there. But yeah, the roles on Gen G is the most interesting thing here.
This is like, it's going to have to be, I mean, you're basically stealing Paper X's combo teams have been doing, you know, with the Phoenix, with the Neon, or the other duelist, whatever it may be, but with the Phoenix in particular. But you're gonna have to be iterative. You're gonna have to be innovative. You're gonna have to be creative to beat Paper X at their own game here.
Yeah, you're
They'd
not
be creative.
You're not going to throw anything at them that they haven't already seen 1,000 times because they've practiced with this.
Real quick, it's really hard to play Phoenix on stage for the first time because the pace of game at this level is different than your ranked games. Anything you can practice, it's different.
This is so crazy. And, you know, yes, double duelists on the side of Gen G, but the duelists aren't who I'm expecting them to be. So this is very, very interesting. At very least, they're trying new things.
Yeah, Texas back home in the Sentinel role. Let's see what he can bring on this game.
You knew all along.
Oh my God, yes. The last time I saw him on that was back on Global Esports. But we're going to send it over to our casters who can explain a little bit more about that.
Oh, yes. Okay. When Morgan was the coach. That's fun, but for sure, hey, I'm Quack. This is Pilsky, of course. I mean, this whole matchup, Gen G feels like they might have been nerfed by the roster shuffles, the meta a little bit. Now they're starting to catch up to it. What do you think of this?
I mean, Karen will do anything but play smokes at this point, it seems like.
Yeah,
Gen G, looking at their performance last week, I think that they've taken the approach of burn it all down and start again. And I'm not necessarily against that. However, if they completely change their style here and it doesn't work for the second week in a row, it's time to give up. I think.
No!
Honestly, they just need. I honestly felt like they would have just gone back to put Karen on the smokes, maybe Foxy 9 Senti or something like that, or give comfortable roles to some of these players. But they continue to just play things that are a little bit different and take things in a bit of a different direction. Let's see if it's going to work. Zinx, Karen, both had a rough performance last week. They were by far the worst two players on Gen G. Foxy 9 struggled on the smokes role, and they've changed up all three of those positions and hope that they can work a little bit better for them today.
Right. It's been a week since that. Well, this Haven's something that they might have been keeping a secret. We'll have to see. Sometimes you look like a fool until you become a genius. It all comes down to this map of Haven. So let's get down to business.
Yeah, as mentioned, Gen G playing a comp that Paper X will be well and truly familiar with. They have been playing Phoenix Chamber on this map for quite a long time. They're used to starting out on the defense. Somewhat of a mirror matchup, just a difference of initiator, and it will be a C stack early on here for Paper X with just Invi solo on the A side of the map. Gen G creeping their way into grass. Smoke onto window gives them pause for thought that there might be some kind of play in the middle of the map here. But nonetheless, it does seem like they will go for a C-split into a 4-stack.
Well, PaperX trying to play around it as well, though, right into the smokes. And, ooh, boy, all the pistols colliding against one another. It's just Davai off to the back end of sight with the Headhunter. Trying to pick his targets bit by bit, all by his lonesome, and he's done a pretty bang-up job so far. Just Lakia against Envy, who has a Sheriff.
Yeah, Lakia was by far the best performer on Gen G last week, so let's see if he continues to show some brilliance in the server. A player that at times has been criticized for his individual game has recently been picking it up, and he's off to a bang on the pistol. Initiator versus Initiator, both of them have used their scan. 30-second cooldown for Lakia, but only 10 for Envy, so he will have a dart. He has a more powerful pistol. He has a little bit extra HP. Lakia with the element of positional advantage here.
Envy, just body shots would be enough. But you're absolutely right. The position might definitely turn things around as he snaps right onto the top of Envy's head as well. Gen G picking up the pistol.
Yeah, a bit of a messy exchange in the garage. But Gen G do come out ahead despite a nice multi-frag on the back of the C site from Davai. Lakia secures it in the clutch. You can see him already on the fade on this map just last week. It's not a typical choice of Info Enir on this map. Definitely a couple of players that do like to play it. Actually, a lot of people preferring the Sova. Something Lakia is not too unfamiliar with. Good start for Gen G though.
Just continuing to try to snowball that into something bigger.
Yeah, you already got a 2K for Caron as well. Which means, again, you're looking at Phoenix being this snowball agent that can string the run-it-backs together. Very popular choice of combinations at the moment in this current meta. And once again, a big stack on the site for PaperX.
Something that Gen G should be expecting. Big check up from Davai, but it's just Caron on his death march into sight. Just truly well, farming up to the ultimate again. Just something for a bit of damage, but Forsaken spotted out at the end as well.
Yeah, good stuff for Gen G. Very confident looking anti-eco there. Caron does secure himself a run it back. Heading into the bonus round is exactly what you want from your Phoenix early on. Lakia getting close to a Nightfall. Contact approach straight up into the A side of the map. It just hasn't felt like PaperX has really got the timing that they have wanted so far in this game. Both in the pistol and this anti-eco. Heavily stacked up on the sites, but just not quite finding the right angles to get the success that they've been looking for. I mean, again, it's a big stack in the middle of the map.
PaperX looking to try to find picks against them as well. They will be awarded for a couple, and then out for the Blaze Wall, just kind of stall things as well.
What is Ash doing there? Forget about that for a moment, though. Texture creeping up C-Long. That's a big pick onto Jing. C-site now open for business. Phantom picked up.
The man is home on this roll. At the same time, though, Envy on for the flank. Texture already kind of alarmed to it. Still, unfortunately, kind of sacking over his teammate. It's going to be down to the 1v1 where he's half HP. Chamber v Chamber. Davai has been playing this for quite some time now, especially back over in Santiago as well. Has to play onto the spike though, so gets it onto half. Tries to fake out the tap for the peak as well. And big whiff for Texture, allows for Davai to reply against Gen G.
Yeah, a bit of a messy spray. Nonetheless though, PaperX scraping themselves the first gun round win versus the bonus. Took everything out of them though. No armor left over for Davai. He might try to juggle that Vandal onto a teammate because he's got a 2 at a force now. But for Gen G, they're quite happy with how the exchange has gone. Even if they haven't picked up the round, they have very much bankrupted PaperX early on in this game. Heading out of their bonus round, they've still got legs on this attacking side. 4th round in a row, we've had 9 people in the same part of the map. This is just chaos, Quack.
That's exactly what you have with this meta. With these two teams as well, who are quite familiar with one another. Jing this time, though, will be the one to kick things off. First blood eventuates into more. When something is on this Neon on the other end, he might just start to go for a bit of a hunt, or not quite, slowing things down for just a moment.
Yeah, much better looking round for PaperX. Davai Looking primed with the tour de force. Garage continually reinforced. Dry peek from Ash, not going to be good enough. It's just Texture dealt with by Divide. The flick was good enough to find a leg, but Paper Rex, a much better looking gun round from them. After a struggle in the first gun round versus Gen G's bonus, they recover with flying colors.
It all starts off with this first pick from Jing.
I mean, he's done that same flash out Garage multiple times. You're always ready for it. You're always aware of it. It's not like Paper Rex haven't played this comp or a very similar style to this multiple times already. You've seen all of these little set pieces. So really, it just is a case of timing. Someone needs to be anti-flash. Somebody needs to be punishing that peek out Garage in the mid-round. Somebody needs to be ready for these off angles as the Chamber picks up an operator or pulls his ult out. Which Gen G, I think, this is a case of you get the timeout for Solo, and he's just going to have to tell the boys, like, you know, come on, guys.
That's what I was thinking.
You know, I've already drawn you up this exact same defense, and you're getting caught by it.
Oh my God, what is that? But yeah, yeah, I hear what you're saying. It has to be some kind of a reminder to the boys, but at the same time, you know,
I mean, I didn't realize that we were actually, you know, fully trying to bring some kind of voodoo magic in to bring Gen G back to, you know, top tier form here at Pacific, but that might be what's needed given the performance last week, if I'm honest.
Oh, well, we'll just kind of forget last week as well. We'll see when we focus everything onto the next. Paper Rex might be switching things up as well. It's Jing off towards actually middle this time, not to Garage anymore.
Yeah, bit of a split defense, off angle over on the C side of the map from Defy. Run it back on both sides of things. It's a run it back straight through the middle of the map. Paper Rex are picking up the aggression. Jing going hunting, but it's a complete disengage from Gen G.
Would buy a little bit of time. Paper X also pushing up A lobby as well. Now set up perfectly, something in position.
Yeah, do get that info line. Things now settling. As Paper X need to play the rest of the round.
Go, go, go.
Now comes the Prowler from Spawn. Gen G have really been pinned back into their side of the map, and it's going to take them quite a bit of time to work their way back into a relevant position in the mid round. Bit of a chamber standoff.
Okay, okay.
Gen G start to creep their way back into grass now. Do have the Nightfall and the run it back. Another peek from Forsaken, punished well by Texture. He's now one off of his tour de force. And there's Garage control from Gen G.
Could be big. Device still around the corner though. Just trying to play well and true as a Chamber. Still in position, but unfortunately caught out by Garage window. Ash marking the flank as well. We'll take down one, but here comes Jing. Two for now. Has to sync up with Envy.
Karon caught at the end of his ult there. He was hoping that Ash would be able to save him, but unfortunately he's kind of been left high and dry. Nice after plant for Gen G though. Open plant for them. You do have the Blaze Wall to try to get the half.
Exactly what Jing intends to do. Maybe trying to swing off.
There's this thing where men, if they go above their 40s, they're told to lose weight because it's a lot of stress on their knees, and especially if you're a muscle guy, so maybe that's what happened to him, because in between season there was plenty of times to lose weight.
To try to clutch it up, but he gets shot mid-air. Envy, the premonition.
It's a round you're getting extremely concerned for Paper X. Lost to buy over towards C. But Jing just drags them back into the round with a nice multi-frag. It's actually Forsaken to go down on C, pardon me. But this is what I was talking about. The Phoenix was free there. If Ash was able to calibrate that kill or just even get an extra second to keep Karon in play, could have been a different story.
Easy though, let's go boys.
Jing is just a menace right now. He's getting all the agents he's got maximum comfort on. They talked about the Raze maps over on the desk, but let's not forget Jing loves a Phoenix as well.
Well and truly upgraded thanks to the current map pool and meta. That's it though. Now it's off to the op duel. Also a bit more control out for Paper X towards C. Gen G might just be caged in, especially with Texture getting taken down.
Yeah, the Prowler a second late. In the meantime, Paper X have taken all of C. Something has just been getting on such deep info lines round after round, and I don't know if Ash is going to be ready for it. Easy tap for something. Relay bolt to disengage.
That's ridiculous. I mean, what impresses me so much is the fact that he can continue to escape as well, and then you have this out towards A. Jing just to distract him with utility. Goes in crouch peeking. Forsaken out towards Garage window. Paper Rex are just blocking off every sector of Haven.
It's just looking very disjointed after the pistol for Gen G. Defy all over texture there in that duel. You win opening picks on both extremities. And Jing, this is just confidence. Like, he doesn't even care. He's just going to continue re-peeking until somebody punishes him.
Like, you think he's behind the wall?
Potentially. Somewhat of a buyback through for Gen G in this round. Overdrive is in play for Zinx. He had a bit of a shocker last week. And it hasn't started much better for him here.
Last week he was still on the Yoru. I mean, one of the only teams in Pacific trying to continue forward with that. This time around, maybe the intention's clear over on the B side. PaperX reads it, hot hands, and Molly's tossed. It will cook someone. And then for the rest of the team to just set up crossfires that barbecue. But all of a sudden, out towards the back of Gong and Garage, Gen G try to establish a foothold over onto C.
I mean, this is vintage from Ash. He's always so good with the first bullet accuracy. Guardian in hand. He explodes in the middle of the map with a couple of taps. Hands on the Vandal now. Crossfire across spawn. Open plant. This is another half-buy round where previously Gen G weren't able to win it. But this time in a much better position to close this out. They cannot let this round slip.
Especially with Ash's position as well. Just trying to stay concealed, but there goes the check. He manages to stand and deliver. Just Defy, who might think to save the op at this point, running out of time.
I mean, he'd love to. I don't know if he's going to be allowed to. Peeks into Ash, catches his cape there. Headhunter pulled out. He's in between a rock and a hard place. The texture runs him down. A third round for Gen G. They look dangerous with the half-buy previous and throw it away in the post-plant, but this time making good on their past mistakes. Where did Ash get these couple of kills? That's what I'm wondering. He double TP'd into the back of the site. And a little bit of a fortunate lineup. PaperX. They have a buy back together here. Indeed they do. Hunter's Fury in play as well as the Overdrive. Let's have a little bit of a listen in and see what they come up with.
Going on. I'm blind. Oh, I got scan. Can you fight, guys? Fighting. Pushing garage.
It's all Gen G set up outside of it, but Forsaken just comes off for the trifecta again. Karen tries to reply, but ultimately gets shoved off. Envy going out to clear Texture's position as well. We'll deal with the drone, but that reveals absolutely where his position is. Trying to fan out across towards window now. Defy goes swinging, but then you got to watch out for your 6 where Jing just says hello.
There can only be one hero.
Yeah, Gen G just caught by Forsaken. Prowler goes sailing past him. Just a situation where you click it instead of check that close corner. It comes back to bite them. You hear it sailing past him there. None of these players on Gen G ready for Forsaken to pop out from that angle. And what is a heavily reinforced position in A lobby where you're expecting maybe a Phoenix pop flash or Paranoia plus a couple of players running at you. That's what they're playing around. It's just a dry peak for Forsaken and some individual brilliance.
They're just so comfortable to keep on going through setups like these. Forces Gen G to now try to contest towards this portion of the map.
Yeah, Overdrive still in play here for Zinx, who picks himself up a Bucky. Just hasn't had any impact on this attacking side. He was one of the shining lights for Gen G over in kickoff. Remember that shot on Breeze? Like, mechanically, this is a player that can hang with the best of them in Pacific, but I feel like he's being juggled around on a million different roles at the moment. And in this current iteration of Gen G, he hasn't been particularly comfortable.
It takes a while to adjust back in, even if you've played the agents before, but now PaperX a little bit more passive, not seeing too much.
Contact approach for Gen G. Forsaken was the thorn in their side just in the round previous. This time the Prowler does connect. Paranoia in response. They expect him in the close corner.
Just trying to set up for it as well, but close corners be damned. It's Forsaken up on top. Envy with a counter recon, but getting burnt a little. Still spots him out though and tries to slide the crosser over onto Zinx, who has Overdrive now, which is a huge threat, so Jing has to back off.
Yeah, Disengage. You have the overdrive in response for something if he wants to pull it. Caron with the Blaze Wall creates enough space for the spike to go down.
Which is very well planted as well now. Something onto the Judge though. Might not expect a Bucky. And hey-oh, now it's a couple more kills while Jinx still tries, manages to turn things into a 1v1, but the self-flash to put himself into a corner. A corner which, I'm not sure if Ash expects it though. So he's just waiting for the tap onto the spike, trying to play for time. Jinx just trying to creep up close in front. Oh, quick reactions. And the hair trigger pulled. It's now Gen G back up 4-5.
It's just justice for Ash. Such a mechanically sharp player. Didn't even do too badly on the controller roll over in kickoff. Like, he wasn't phenomenal. He wasn't outstanding. I feel like in Gen G, since he's come onto the roster, he's just kind of been doing his job. Previously not really a player that had played that much Initiator before coming into Tier 1. He was kind of a duelist player. A little bit of a flex with some Teo games and things like that on Gen G Academy. Oh, some frustration there for something. Understandable. He has had a fantastic Neon debut, but a bit of a rougher game from him, as we mentioned.
Go, go, go.
Not really quite seeing the opportunities. We're now still set up towards A. Jing spots it all out.
But yeah, deal with that setup. Relay Bolt, exactly like you said, flushes him out of position. Gen G, quite a patient approach, and something that's the second round in a row where he's going to be having that same reaction, I would imagine. Goes looking for information out of Garage, and punished quite heavily.
Gonna have to adjust around it. Paper X only now feeling starved for information.
Yeah, ready with the reactive paranoia. There's still 3 players on this side of the map, 2 players inside a sewer. That could be huge. Double peek off the back of it, and Envy does clean up a little.
Spike down A.
Oh, he's gonna back himself in towards Zinx though. He kind of expects the angle.
3 gone.
Continues to take him down and looks to mow down more, but there goes Texture. Just Forsaken into the one and done now. No support because Devi's taking a little bit of time. He beat over into the smoke. Ash expects the precision. And then there was just Devi left.
What a key duel to win. Great movement from Ash. Be able to break a line like Graffiti. Fake TP back onto the side. Devi creeps out and catches him off guard. Now it's another chamber off in the clutch between Devi and Texture.
But where could Texture have slipped to? You still need to get onto the spike. He was last seen towards short. But if it's a chamber v chamber, Devi starting to get an idea. Goes in for the check. Pre-fired onto the top of Texture's forehead.
Even had an insurance policy there. TP up onto the high ground. May have caught Texture off guard, but it wasn't even needed. This is why Devi can be such a difference maker. Big in the clutch. Really nice mid-round play from Paper X. The paranoia with the double peek down sewer puts them in a great position to be able to win that round. Envy comes up big with a 3K. This has just been such a tight game of Haven that has very much come down to these clutches and these XVXs. This is what happens when you put, you know, these 2 comps against each other. You just end up in these messy mid to late round situations.
Which is why the adaptations matter so much, that now Paper X trying to adjust around it. It's aggression down middle and A, and also 2 players stacked up around C. Forsaken, perhaps in a world of hurt, tries to get himself out.
Gen G again just turtle. As that aggression comes in, something last 2 rounds have not been going the way he would have wanted. Hangs around, feeling still confident to take a duel with Caron here.
Oh! And the smoke comes up.
Yeah, beautiful shot. And as he said, Dark Cover does close the door. Texture has got his 2 to force out now. We'll join the rest of the boys over towards Grass as the Prowler clears out window.
Oh my goodness. And it just dissipates just close enough, but still. Shot for Ash.
Good trade back. It clears out the middle of the map for a moment. Devi onto the sewer line, though, does secure that A info, and Envy can re-clear Grass in the mid-round. Which is exactly what he does. Through process of elimination, now this high-low for Paper X feels no pressure to move anywhere.
It's gonna be a tough angle to clear. Envy is just lapping up all this information.
30 seconds left.
High-low. They're gonna get blinded and hit by a Nightfall, though, so forced to reposition, but spotting out Zinx at the end as well. Teammate down around him, but the flash still goes wide. Ash! What a reaction. Envy out from behind. Does he find the timing? Texture is online.
Gonna start it with the drone. Relay bolt to try to make Texture uncomfortable, and will at least push him off the line as he joins the rest of the team in the side. Devi on the other side of things. It's a very split approach on the retake, and Texture is picking them apart.
Lovely post-plant holds that now set themselves up for a high-low around logs. Devi is not going to be able to survive this setup.
I mean, yeah, they know that setup's good, because they were just running it. The high-low on logs goes a little bit better in the post-plant for Gen G. And just look how topsy-turvy this game. Rounds going back and forth to either side, ending up in messy post-plants time and time again. Credit to Gen G for dismantling what was a dangerous-looking high-low, the Nightfall plus the Paranoia, and a couple of beautiful shots for Ash, who, by the way, is a standout for Gen G right now. 12 kills on the Omen. Justice for this man. He got benched in map 1, now he's carrying them.
Just subbed in, and there he is. Kicks off the next round real quick as well. Devi onto his own tour de force, trying to spot out targets.
Probably time for Foxy9 to fire up the stream again, because I don't think he's getting back on the roster.
Yeah, there must be something there, but this time it's just something that silences Texture with a singular tap.
He's had a rough go of things, but still sharp as ever with a few of these shots. Jing now taking grass control. Something pushing down C. The rest of Paper Rex stacking up on this A site. Operator picked up for Jing as well.
Also just clearing out everything. It's clear information for Paper Rex. 3 stack on A.
The shotguns, a lot of operators. In goes the run it back for Caron.
They need to break down this defensive setup if they are to have a good time in this round. Something coming to rendezvous back with the rest of the team as well, but there goes Caron. Run it back, takes down the first player. Forsaken tries to play sneaky towards the back. Takes down both of them! On towards the rest of Link, though, and that's exactly where Paper Rex might start to crumble a little bit. Hang on. Forsaken is just disgusting! Catastrophic goes Gen G's assault, but down to Zinx with 1 HP. Still a chance! Not quite! Jing, once again, greets Gen G. End of the first half with a thrifty!
Another very, very messy exchange. Before the spike even goes down, Forsaken gets away with murder there. TP up inside of his own smoke, and that's the second time in that half where Caron comes out of the run it back and Ash has failed to cover him. Definitely going to be some words in the locker room after this game. Jing with a cheeky flank down grass right since the start of the round. It's enough to get it done despite some sharp shooting from Zinx. 7-5 with a slight lead at the half on the defensive side for Paper Rex, but still very much anyone's game here.
Yeah, it's felt quite chaotic, frenetic at times, but also that's just the nature of how these two comps clash against one another. It's just lovely to still see that Gen G has that fight in them.
Jing, first half MVP, you're going to be seeing a lot of that in not only Pacific, but I'd imagine if Paper Rex makes another international event in this current meta, it's like this meta was made for this man.
I know.
And it's so funny because I remember going into kickoff last year, everybody, I think Fracture came back into the map pool, and the whole narrative was like, oh, Jing's got a lot of raise maps, and that was like Paper Rex's worst finish ever. They were just terrible in last year's kickoff. Yeah. And so I was kind of thinking the same thing. I was like, man, they've got a lot of good maps again, but I didn't want to say it because of last time. I was like, well, last time they got a lot of good maps. They were just bad, but this time
they've adjusted.
The meta change into stage 1 goes very well for them.
I'll have to see. Maybe someone in the Riot dev team's like a huge Paper Rex fan. Jokes aside.
I mean, I would not be surprised. Easy team to be a fan of. But either way, Paper Rex back on the attacking side now. First pistol goes the way of Gen G. They'd love another one.
Just trying to position around.
That's
two players
outrageous,
up short.
by the way. 6 thrifties, and they've won 4 of them. Those are some BS numbers. Grouping up towards this C side of the map. Larkia with Sheriff in hand, backed up by Ash.
Jiggling around, I mean, it's quite nerve-wracking. Will confirm position, but also gets absolutely stunned up. Ash getting gunned down as well, but there goes the rest of the team trying to delay the assault. Unfortunately, they're starting to go down bit by bit as Paper Rex continue to spread across the site, trying to play around the initial portion of it, the front side. Just Karan towards the back end with a flash, low HP. Needs to jiggle and bait around the pre-fired angles. Suddenly clearing out towards the back. He knows that he has a bit of positioning, a bit of timing. The initiative handed over now, but Davai still has a hand cannon. Just one shot, one kill, punched through.
You know Karan is good for those kind of clutches. That's where he does his best work. Paper X denies Gen G both pistols in this game. They say one is enough. Some good utility thrown by Gen G there. The Haunt scans multiple players. The Paranoia catches multiple players. The Curveball blinds multiple players. But they just don't play off of the util that well in that round. It felt a little bit disjointed from Gen G. I think Paper X given too much space. It's a perfect example of where you throw all of the right pieces of util, but just no one capitalizes.
Can be quite odd to try and get positioning around it when Paper X are this fiery. At the same time now, the next round, it's something around lobby, maybe a challenge against Texture. Every round, Texture's had his number.
I mean, he's having a really rough game, I'm not going to lie. But you see the situations that he's been put in, and he's just getting one-tapped. No matter where he goes, he just gets one-tapped.
Now you got Zinx now. Slow creep up off to the front of the smoke as well. Paper X trying to clear and set up, but there goes Zinx. Okay, not quite.
I mean, great reaction from Forsaken, but now they know they've lost the entire map, and with only a minute on the clock, it's going to take a lot of time for them to go ahead and re-clear that, which is, I think, why they're not even really going to bother. They know that killing the flanker is enough to try to pull a kind of rotation back to the other side of things, or at least bait out some kind of reaction for Gen G, who will stack that A site. Paper X just simplifying things. It's going to be a free open C site for them. See how safe they feel based on who plants. If Forsaken plants, that's how you know that they're kind of taking this a bit more seriously. But, you know, if you want to min-max the ults, you probably want the ult orb on the Chamber or the Phoenix here.
Okay.
Nice open plant.
Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah, two of them are quite low, so, you know, that's why you feel like they just want to trust the safety in the numbers. Davai has a nice rendezvous here. He could get a freebie before this retake comes in.
It's time for you to shine, Lish. Position. Scope zeroed in towards the back of spawn. Slight timing though. He will still spot them out. Still has the rendezvous as well. Dodges the flash. TP's back. Forsaken to relay forward with a flash of his own. More targets, but also getting shot down. What is this? Davai says no. I still want to have a go in this round. We're starting to run out of time. Jing with more shots forward, and Lakia just eats up a succulent Chinese meal.
Succulent Chinese meal? Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. But, I mean, that round was anything but succulent for Paper X. They have, unfortunately, left the round without much on their plate in this case. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Just having one of those games at this point. It's the highs and lows of debuting a Neon, as the Red Bull clutch was necessary to secure a round for Paper X that has cost them a lot. You can see them immediately reinvesting in the bonus, but it's not really a bonus round anymore if you spend all of your dollary dues.
It's just a regular round that might go south very quick.
You can say what you want about something this game, but run these deaths back. Like, this is just painful to watch, man. He's got one tap through smoke by Lakia. What do you do against that?
I don't know what to say.
I mean, Jing's got an ult, so with the extra life of the Phoenix, Paper X, they can at least, you know, tell themselves, oh, it's still a 5v5, guys. I've got an extra life.
Somewhat. Delayed, if anything, you still have a lot of some utility to clear out. He's going to spend that, run it back to push up into garage. Rest of the team trying to set up some kind of C-split. Ash is just checking it.
Yeah, he's got the progression smoke over to a log side as well, so he's hoping that somebody overextends here and makes Gen G into an easier retake for themselves. Still a Paranoia in play. Paper X very much taking their time with this one. Very deep smoke onto spawn there.
Planted.
Similar post-plants being held as well, though, but we do have a drone going to garage.
Gen G rewrapping garage in the meantime and clearing all of that out. They know that Paper X are playing on the site.
Might be a rude awakening for Envy if he sticks around longer. Smoke being set up now. Just clears out early corners. A button hook over out for Gen G as they try to set it up. Forsaken dodges the flash though. Still looking as Devi actually wraps all the way around. Just onto the site now, but still spotted up at the top of his head. The wall bang. Up for Devi in a 1v2 where he will be able to step onto the first, but not the second. Ash. The start of the second half gone perilous for Paper Rex.
Devi has bailed them out of a lot of bad situations in this game, as has Jing, but won't work out for them this time. And Gen G, after doing so much damage to the economy in round 14, have broken Paper Rex's money here. Sees hot hands and the spam, takes something out of the equation. Good aggression onto spawn side for Paper Rex, but Gen G really did their homework. They worked their way down grass, back through garage, and allowed themselves a little bit of an easier approach onto that retake. And I think the pick onto something plus all of that hard work really made a difference in converting that round.
Let's play.
Which is going to be Texture. Round 4, second half with a tour de force. Absolutely shuts down any potential C push.
Over on the other side of things, though, Devi has also pulled his free operator out. Ash from up on high, maybe get a little action here.
You're gonna have to go in dynamic entry into B if you are able to set this up, but okay. It's gonna sack one player for now. Devi still online with tour de force, could be big potential.
He's the man of the hour. Forsaken badly wants to get his hands on that rifle, but I don't know if he's going to be allowed to. Paranoia does create an opening to pick Zinx. Texture chiming in with his own operator, and the run it back creates space, but doesn't get a frag.
And just kind of allows for time to settle just for a second. Still though, Envy sandwiched into a corner. Feels so uncomfortable. Just Devi left. And what has felt claustrophobic will continue to suffer. Paper Rex, once again, not quite able to reply against Gen G's assaults.
Yeah, didn't have much brought into that round though, so you got to reserve your expectations. Gen G keeping things close, keeping things competitive. 2 rifles kept over into
whatever happens.
17 now.
Don't
Lost Jing for free, but